Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm doing Celestial Dragons. It's awful. It's not good. It loses 100% to Enel. But we'll go into it. So the main idea revolves around using these Celestial Dragons, these two, Charlos and Rosward, to basically make your opponent's board permanently -4 or -10 if you have both of them on the board. Really strong, because -4 for 3 Dawn to everything is absurdly strong. So with Sakazuki's effect, because Sakazuki can KO every single turn for trashing a card, which is not the best, but it's what we got for this leader. The only other leader that could probably work is Z, because he can also KO every single turn as part of his effect, which I think is what you need for this deck. So basically, you're putting these on the board, you're KOing whatever you need. After you KO whatever you need, you're putting a blocker on the board to protect you for the following turn. Every single turn, you're going to use the blocker to block so that it's off the board, so that you still get this Celestial Dragon effect on the board. And that's basically how it goes. You basically just try to swing hard at their face, KO everything they have, while keeping your Celestial Dragons on the board. But it's so easy. It's such a fragile strategy. It's so easy to ruin it immediately. If you get rid of Charlos, it's done. If you decide not to attack into them after they play a blocker, it's done. Just don't attack them after they play a blocker, and now their deck is so useless. Like, it's actually crazy. Don't attack. It's so stupid. Anyways, I did win 1 or 2 games with it, but it's just so ridiculously stupid. So Sakazuki, activate main once per turn for 3 Dawn. You can rest 3 Dawn and trash a card, which is such a high cost. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. So that's what we got for the deck. We've got 4 Sabos. He's a blocker on play. Your characters can't be KO'd by card effects, which is really good. And then draw 2 Trash Chew. So Sabo will protect the Celestial Dragons, but it does not protect them from getting bottom decked, unfortunately, which is a big flaw. We've got 4 2K counter Bartolomeo blockers, because he's a blocker and a 2K counter, really perfect. We've got 4 One-Legged Soldier. He's a 2K counter, but also he's a -3 cost reduction that can send himself to the trash. So he has perfect synergy in this deck, like literally perfect. We've got 4 St. Charlos. On your turn, if all of your characters have the Celestial Dragon type, then all of your opponent's characters get -4 to their cost. Such a strong card. Just so bad, because it has to be all Celestial Dragons. We've got 4 Rebeccas. On play, return up to 1 black character other than Rebecca with a cost of 3 to 7 from the trash to your hand, which happens to be both of these Celestial Dragons and Bartolomeo and Sabo, so really good. Then you can play a 3 or less black character from your hand to the field rested. So then you can either play the Charlos back onto the field or the Bartolomeo, or just keep them in your hand. We've got forced St. Charlos, or St. Rosward, sorry. On your turn, if all your characters have the Celestial Dragon type, then all of your opponent's characters get -6 to their cost. So with both of these on the field at the same time, your opponents have -10 permanently, and you can literally KO anything you want with this leader effect. The rest of the deck is just KO events, because we cannot have bodies that KO like Rob Lucci, because the second his body hits the board, the Celestial Dragons effect no longer works, making him basically useless. So we've got Meteor Volcano, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 1 or less. We've got Tempest Sky Slicer, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0 or less, or a stage with 3 or less. We've got 4 Six King Pistols as a 0 cost event to discard some of these other events from your hand if you don't need them, and to just give you some more counter power. Plus the trigger is draw 1, then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0 or less, which is not bad. Then we've got I bid 500 million, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 1 or lower characters, or return it to its owner's hand, or place it at the top or bottom of its owner's life. Then, if you have a Celestial Dragon type character, draw 1 card. So lots of stuff happening there, but the main reason you use it is just because you can draw 1, KO 1, and also the trigger is KO up to one of your opponent's characters, cost 6 or lower, or return it to its owner's hand, which is so strong. This is one of the strongest triggers in the entire game. We've got Great Eruption, main, draw 1 card, then give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 cost -2 to their cost during this turn. I cannot talk, sorry. And then the trigger is decent, your opponent trashes 1. So this can also help you dig for the Celestial Dragons if you're a little bit desperate as well, so that's good. We've got 4 Gum Gum Pistols, main, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, trigger, draw 1 card. Not bad, just another event that will help you KO. And then we've got 2 The Holy Land Married, whatever that says. Your turn, characters that cost 2 or more and have the Celestial Dragon type cost 1 less to play from your hand, so you can play Charlos for 2, which is absurdly strong. That is really good. And then you can play Rosword for 4. I don't really use Rosword nearly as much as Charlos. Charlos seems to be more of the MVP because reducing more than 4 to anything is kind of redundant, especially in the early game. But that's just my thoughts right now. I'm sure someone can make this deck much better, but I think this is like the idea of the deck, is basically you use the Celestial Dragons to reduce everything on the board, then after it's reduced, you use the events to KO, then after you KO, you play a blocker to then block so you don't immediately die every single turn. So yeah, that's the deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's bad, but I did my best, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. See ya. Alright, so I'm going against Bello Betty here. I see Charlos, so that's probably going to be good enough for me to keep it, even though the rest of my hand is kind of rough with basically all events. This is going to be the best example of this deck, because this is one of its best matchups, and also, there's just not a ton of decks it can compete against. This is definitely one of them, though. The only thing you really have to worry about is hitting too many triggers too fast, which is why I didn't attack into them before I would have the capability of KOing whatever body that spawns. So, as I said, this is going to be the best example of this deck. It's really hard to get good examples of this deck working properly because it just doesn't work that often. It can just be dismantled by your opponent so easily the second they remove Charlos, or just don't attack into your blocker, or you forget to block, or anything like that. It's just such a fragile strategy. It just does not work against the majority of the things in the game, unfortunately. But ironically, it does work decently well against blue-black Sakazuki. But yeah, so the reason you lose the Enel matchup like 100% of the time is because you have all little bodies on the board, like all the Celestial Dragons are 0 power, and you need to attack into Enel at least twice to get rid of his last life, but you realistically need to attack into him 3 times to be able to finish the game, and that's just never going to happen, because, you know, they have Gadatsu to KO whatever, they've got triggers on triggers on triggers, they've got Yamato to heal themselves. If you actually do manage to get them to 0 life, they just Yamato it back. It's so unwinnable, to be honest, which is unfortunate. So I'm gonna swing 8 into the Betty here. He takes it. I also KO'd the Karasu with Meteor Volcano. I got a little bit carried away with my rant there. Should probably focus on the game again. So he's got a pretty sizable amount of Dawn now. Karasu is really strong against this deck also. Alright, so he swings 6 at life. I'll take it. He also deploys a Satori, which is going to be pretty easy for me to get rid of, because he's already at -4, so I'm just going to use Great Eruption or Meteor Volcano, whichever one it is, and swing into it. Now I'm going to swing 7, sorry, I can't count, and now I'm going to leave 3 Dawn active for Sakazuki's effect in case he does hit a trigger that plays itself, but he does not, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the Holy Land down and pass. So basically he's just unable to do really anything against me here. If he had the Kuma that could KO Charlos, that would help a lot. If he had 200 million volts to rest him when he gets down to 1 life, that would help a little bit, but then he'll already be at 1 life, so it's just kind of a moot point at that point. So Karasu comes out, -1000 to my leader, which is a really, really strong card. Love that card. And now he uses Fire Fist to KO Charlos. And he's going to swing 7 at my life. I'm going to have to take it because I do not have any counters. I hit a trigger to draw 1, which I do. And I draw into a Bartolomeo, which feels pretty good. 2k counters never feel bad. Top deck another Bartolomeo, and I Great Eruption into Gum Gum Pistol the Karasu away. And then I think I play... debating on whether what to swing with here. So I swing 6 at life, and then I'm probably going to play Rebecca and get back Charlos and play Charlos. That's my guess. Yep, so I swing 6 at life, he counters out of it, play Rebecca to get Charlos from the trash, play Charlos onto the field, and now he is also protected, which is great. I mean, he's not protected by like a Sabo effect or anything, but he's protected by Rebecca, which is pretty decent. So this is not live commentary. I was getting fully tilted and irritated at how long this player was taking, and also just like this deck puts me in such a bad mood to play because it's so bad that you lose so often, and you can lose to just like the most simple thing ever. It's infuriating. Like the 1 cost Nico Robin even just destroys this deck. The KO's a 1000 power or less literally destroys this deck completely. It's not even funny. So I'm gonna use Rebecca to block here, and now I'm assuming he's gonna try to KO Charlos some way, maybe with a rush character or something like that. That would be really good if he did. Plays Morley. I think, is Morley the one that has rush, or is he the one that can't be blocked? I think he's the one that can't be blocked. I think Inazuma is the one that has rush. We'll see if he, I think he's got one of those. He drew one earlier. Plays Cracker instead and passes. So this is going to be the best example of this deck, this exact turn right here. I believe I KO every single thing on the board, which is upsetting. Yep, KO, 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 swing 7, I think, right? Yep. I was debating on whether to use leader effect or the stage, or the event, sorry, but I figured I might as well just use the event because then I don't have to trash one. Especially if I'm just going to be trashing an event anyways, might as well just use it. Swing 7 into life, he takes it. I didn't have any way of KOing the last one if he did hit a trigger, which is something to take note of. So he uses 200 million volts Amaru to rest Charlos, which I think it's too little too late at this point, but also he didn't buff his own Betty. Not that that really matters. I could counter out of this, but not going to, just in case something happens. Plus, I feel like I'm pretty close to being able to win the game regardless, so... And they don't play any blockers or anything, so... Feeling pretty safe. Betty searches into Inazuma. I guess that is what I was remembering about the Inazuma. He searches it later in the game, and then Betty searches Kuma, which is really strong. That would have ruined my whole game plan in the early game. Thankfully, they did not have it. Now, Inazuma gets summoned, and I'm sure we're going to see like a trigger get trashed, or a Revolutionary Army card to get trashed, so he has Rush. And he's probably going to go, what would that be, like 10 at life? Oh, he's going to use another Betty to attack. Swings 8, I'm going to double 2k. And passes. Probably should have attacked with the, no, that Betty was summoned this turn, right? Yeah. Probably should have swung 9 then. I think that was a slight misplay by him. So, Great Eruption, Rebecca Sabo. Is that what I'm going to do? No, I'm going to play Rebecca into Charlos. Then, I'm going to play Sabo. Trashing Great Eruption, and I bid 300 million. I'm going to swing 6 at life, which he will probably take because he doesn't really want to get rid of the cards in his hand. Slash... Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Plus, he wants a trigger, I guess, to potentially win him the game. Does hit a trigger. Not sure if it's one that plays itself or not. Seems like it was a Capone or something, unfortunately. I'm going to end turn passing to him. And this should be game because he's got no blockers up. I've got 2 blockers and a 2k in hand. Maybe if he has like another Inazuma, he could pull off the win here. Oh, 200 million volts is going to help for sure. Resting one of my blockers, so now he's got 4 potential attacks. He needs to hit me 3 times, and I've got a blocker, so he has to swing correctly with each attack and avoid all of the counters in my hand, plus any potential trigger KOs or anything. So yeah, it's a pretty good bet that I'm going to win here. Ooh, Karasu into the Sabo instead of the leader, so I guess he doesn't want me to be able to block 6. but I think Into the Leader would have been a little bit better there, personally. Especially because the other Bettys are already on the field. All you need to do is trash a Revolutionary, and he should be pretty good to go. So he's going to swing 6 at Rebecca. I'll take it. Definitely should have been at life. That was the only chance he was going to win, I believe, is if he swung at life with every single one. Now he's going to go 8 at life. I'll take it. Triggering 6 King Pistol, which has KO a 1 or less and draw 1, which is really, really lucky. But I think I would have won anyways with the decision to attack into the Rebecca, so not sure it really matters. He swings 8 at Charlos. I let it go because Sabo has attack power, so I don't really care about KOing and reducing next turn. Now I just attach 10 to leader and swing 15 at life, and Sakazuki, when the Celestial Dragons manage to get their first W. On to the next one. Alright, we're going against Red Purple Luffy, which should theoretically be a decently easy win. He's going to go first. I'm going to mulligan. Awesome, I see Charlos, which is great. I'll set up this Toy Soldier and pass. Not much else to do. And usually that deck is not running any removal. They could have like a Nico Robin maybe, and then I'll eat my words instantly, but hopefully not. Alright, they don't know what they want to do, I guess. You could start with drawing a card and some Dawn. There you go. Now we either see like a Zoro, Juro, probably Zoro, Juro. Oh, Nami is going to search the Zoro, Juro more than likely, or maybe just a Rush Zoro. Diable Jambe, something such as... seems to be a hard decision. Hey, I get it, man. I've been there. He gets a promo 41 Luffy? Is that the 2K counter? What is that? What Luffy is that? I don't know. He gets some Luffy promo that's red or purple. It has to be the 2K counter one, right? That's the only one that would be even slightly good here, I think. Swing 6 at life. I'll take it. Oh, perfect. Draw a card, then KO a 1. Alright, so this is definitely gonna be 9 at life, for sure. Trigger to ramp, maybe. Nope, it's probably like trigger Radical Beam or Guard Point, something pointless. He's at 5 Dawn. He's gonna need to start ramping if he wants to do anything this game. Alright, gonna swing 7 at least. 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, looks like I'm taking it. Into another Charlos, which is sick. So yeah, this is definitely just going to be another bunch at life. This deck doesn't even count as a win against it. Like, it's just... it's just so easy to just swing at their life over and over again if they don't have any blockers. This guy hasn't done anything from the beginning of the game. He hasn't ramped, he hasn't played any cards, he's only swung at me and played an Ami. Alright, are you gonna swing with everything again? Or, I mean, you know? Alright, so he's just gonna copy me. The only difference is I have 2 more lives than him to start out with, so... not really sure how that's gonna work out for him. But yeah, I'm definitely just gonna do the same thing. I'm accumulating quite a lot of 2K counters in my hand, too. Alright, go 13. You can probably counter out of that one, is my guess. Yep. Still lots of cards though, isn't it? Alright, cool. Pass to him. Not sure why he doesn't want to play any cards, but whatever. I'm not that Sakazuki. Alright, finally we see a Whitebeard come out. Ramps up to 10. Probably gonna swing with 9. Plays a Buggy. Buggy. Alright. Plays a Buggy. Sure. Swings 8. I'm gonna counter out of that. I'm gonna go Celestial 0 into that, and then I'll do another one of these. No, I only have one left of those. I'll go Charlos, because I don't think I need to. Alright, let's see what we can do here in terms of Whitebeard removal. So this has to leave before we can do anything else. This gives -6. That's so absurd. That is so absurd. But I think we can do with St. Charlos, probably. St. Charlos. And then I guess we'll go another one of these. My hope was to play a Sabo, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm just... Oh wait, I could go Great Eruption, right? That's -2. Yeah, it's way better. And then I can trash a card to KO. We'll get rid of a Sabo to get rid of Whitebeard. And we'll swing 8 at life. He takes it. Pass to him. I'm not sure why he would have taken it there unless he's looking for a specific card. That's the wrong Luffy. Hey man. Hey man. That's the wrong Luffy. Alright, so I don't know what's happening here. I'm looking for the hidden camera in my room right now, but I think we're just gonna take this as a win. He ends up conceding. Alright, cool. Alright, going in Sakazuki here. We're gonna go first. We're gonna mulligan for Charlos. We don't see Charlos, but we see Rosword, which is cool. I'm gonna play the stage and pass, and hopefully draw into a Rosword, otherwise I'm just gonna be attacking 8 at life next turn. Yep, so definitely just gonna be an 8 at life turn here. If he doesn't play down a blocker here, oh my god, dude. Every time. I'll take it. Yes, I see Charlos. Huge Charlos, huge Charlos. Alright. Do I want to put him down yet? I don't know. I mean, the Rebecca is pretty, like, indispensable, right? I don't think he really cares about losing her. So I might as well make him waste a card out of his hand. So we're going to play this, and then we're going to play this. We're going to KO it, draw a card, and then we're going to swing 5. He takes it. Yes. Dude, we're so close. We could maybe win. If I win against this Sakazuki with this Sakazuki, I'll literally never shut up about it. Alright, so he attaches 2. Gonna swing 8 by the looks of, or 7. Can't count by the looks of things. And I will pitch probably Sky Slicer, I want to say. Uses Lucci effect to KO. Lame. But silver lining to that is we could attack him really hard here. I only need 4 to summon this Celestial Dragon, so I could attack with 8. 8 is a pretty respectable number to attack with, I would say. don't know if it'll quite get the job done. Is there anything else we could do? We could play him for 4 and then bottom deck him. I guess that's better, right? In the off chance that he can't remove. Also, I've got another one anyways. He's almost certainly going to get removed, but it is what it is. Oh, he messed up. Oh my god, guys, we beat Sakazuki because they don't know how to play their own deck. I'm keeping this in the video.